Big question. What makes arts and crafts important in our daily lives and culture? Emeka was always filled with excitement and curiosity whenever he saw something beautiful. Whether it was the vibrant patterns on his mother's Ankara dress or the intricate carvings on the wooden stool in his grandfather's room, Emeka felt a deep connection to the world of colors and shapes around him. But what intrigued him most were the arts and crafts that seemed to tell stories of people, places, and cultures. One day, Emeka's teacher announced a special project at school. They would be exploring the world of arts and crafts. The idea thrilled Emeka. He had always admired the way artists could take simple materials and turn them into something extraordinary. Now, he would have the chance to do the same. The project was even more exciting because they would be guided by none other than Toyin Ojai Oduduwa, a prominent Nigerian-American visual artist known for her detailed and textured works. Toyin's art explored themes of identity, culture, and storytelling, using both traditional techniques and contemporary perspectives. Emeka couldn't wait to meet her and learn how art and crafts could reflect and shape cultural identity. The day finally arrived, and Emeka, along with his classmates, visited Toyin's studio. The space was like nothing Emeka had ever seen before. It was filled with canvases, paints, and sculptures, each telling its own story. The walls were adorned with Toyin's artworks, beautiful, textured pieces that seemed to move with life. Toyin welcomed the children with a warm smile. "Art is a way of seeing the world," she began. "It's how we express our feelings, our thoughts, and our experiences. Through art, we can explore who we are and where we come from. We can also imagine new possibilities and dream of what we can become." Emeka listened intently as Toyin spoke. He was fascinated by the idea that art could do more than just look pretty. It could tell a story and connect people across time and space. Toyin introduced Emeka and his classmates to various forms of arts and crafts. They began with drawing and painting, learning how to use colors and shapes to create images that express their thoughts and feelings. Emeka loved the way the brush moved across the canvas, leaving trails of color that blended and danced together. But Toyin didn't stop there. She showed them how to work with different materials, clay, wood, fabric, and even found objects like leaves and stones. "Art is not limited to one form," Toyin explained. "It can be anything that allows you to express yourself and tell your story." Emeka decided to create a collage using fabric scraps, beads, and leaves. He carefully arranged the pieces on a cardboard, creating a pattern that reminded him of the landscapes in his village: the green hills, the flowing rivers, and the vibrant markets. As he worked, Emeka felt a sense of pride and joy. This was his story, and he was telling it through art. As the children continued their projects, Toyin encouraged them to think about the emotions behind their creations. "Art is not just about what you see," she said. "It's also about what you feel. Every color, every shape, every texture has a meaning. It can express happiness, sadness, anger, or love." Emeka thought about this as he added the final touches to his collage. The green fabric represented the lush vegetation of his village. The beads symbolized the vibrant life of the people, and the rough texture of the leaves reminded him of the challenges they faced. His collage wasn't just a picture, it was a reflection of his feelings and experiences. Through this process, Emeka became more aware of his emotions and how they influenced his art. He realized that art could be a way to understand and express his feelings, helping him to connect with others and with himself. With Toyin's guidance, Emeka began to explore different ways to push the boundaries of his creativity. "Art is about experimenting," Toyin told him. "Don't be afraid to try new things and see where they take you." Emeka decided to experiment with mixing different materials in his collage. He used sand to create texture, added pieces of shiny metal to reflect light, and even incorporated some small pebbles he had found in the schoolyard. The result was a piece of art that was both tactile and visually striking, capturing the essence of his village in a unique and imaginative way. Toyin was impressed by Emeka's creativity. "You've created something that's truly your own," she said. "Art is about finding your voice and expressing it in a way that's meaningful to you. And you've done just that." As the project continued, Toyin encouraged the children to compare different art forms and think critically about how each one told a story. Every art form has its own language, she explained. Painting, sculpture, collage, they all have different ways of conveying meaning. It's important to understand these differences so you can choose the best way to express your ideas. Emeka thought about this as he looked at the other projects in the class. Some of his classmates had created paintings, others had sculpted figures out of clay, and still others had made intricate beadwork. Each piece was unique, telling a different story in a different way. Emeka realized that his collage was just one of many ways to tell his story. He began to think about how he could use other art forms to express different aspects of his life. Maybe he could create a sculpture of his grandfather, or paint a scene from the market. The possibilities were endless. Of course, not everything went smoothly during the project. Emeka faced several challenges as he worked on his collage. Some of the materials didn't stick well to the cardboard, and he struggled to make the colors blend the way he wanted. At one point, he even considered starting over, but Toyin encouraged him to keep going. Every artist faces challenges, she said. The important thing is to find a way to overcome them. Sometimes the solution is to try a different approach. Other times, it's about being patient and persistent. Emeka took Toyin's advice to heart. He experimented with different adhesives to make the materials stick, and he used a sponge to blend the colors more smoothly. Slowly but surely, his collage began to take shape. When he finally finished, Emeka felt a deep sense of accomplishment. He had faced challenges, but he had found a way to overcome them. And in the process, he had created something truly special. At the end of the project, Emeka and his classmates gathered to share their work. Each piece was unique, reflecting the artist's personality, experiences, and emotions. As they admired each other's creations, Toyin reminded them of the big question: what makes art and crafts important in our daily lives and culture? Art and crafts are important because they allow us to express who we are, Toyin said. They connect us to our culture, our community, and our own inner world. Through art, we can share our stories, our feelings, and our dreams. And in doing so, we enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. Emeka couldn't agree more. Through this project, he had discovered a new way to see the world, a way that was rich with color, texture, and meaning. He had learned that art was not just about creating something beautiful, but about expressing himself and connecting with others. And he knew that this was just the beginning of his artistic journey.